What's going on, everyone? So, Los Angeles Lakers officially worked out future Laker Bronny James. So, the Lakers, they are interested in Bronny James, according to reports, for his athleticism, defense, and shooting ahead of the draft. Now, look, those are all things that Bronny has displayed during these workouts, right? One of the things that he has, right, because there's a lot of questions about, like, what will he be as an NBA player? What will the translation be, right? Because a lot of people think he's not NBA ready. Now, with these draft combines and everything that's kind of gone on, he has climbed the ranks as far as that goes. He was projected to not even be in the draft period, that he was going to go undrafted. And now there's reports that he's moved up as many as like 40 spots, potentially in the late first round. Most people still have him slated in the second round, where, the Lakers, I could see them potentially moving up in the draft or adding a pick to maybe go get Bronny James. We'll see how the cards all fold, but I do think the Lakers are going to actively try to get Bronny. But one of the things, or a couple of the things that he has just going in, right, even before the draft combines, even before all the workouts and stuff, is the athleticism. He's an incredible athlete, just like his father was. His ability on the defensive side. Like, that's one of the few things that he was kind of tooted about, right? Like, it was like, oh, hey, worst case, he could be an excellent on-ball defender. He could be a real point of attack. He's aggressive. He's physical. He's strong. Doesn't get pushed around. He's a guy that, at least at the guard position, could defend and kind of be, like a worst case, maybe like a Marcus Smart level player, right? I'm not saying he's going to be that out the gate, but no, Marcus Smart isn't perceived as this like superstar, all-star level player. He is a defensive player of the year winner, but that kind of mold of like, a Derek White, Marcus Smart type of just defensive guard. It's just, could he actually produce the offense on a NBA level, NBA scale? Would he be able to shoot to an NBA level, NBA scale? Now, he is a better shooter out the gate than LeBron was, but it's also a very different time, right? Like, teams want somebody that is an excellent shooter, where LeBron, like, the three-point shooting wasn't as significant when LeBron came in the league as it is now. That's why a lot of people are like, yeah, but he's so much better than his dad coming in. It's like, yeah, but that's also a bigger element to the game today than it was, in 2003. It's a big difference. Like, the NBA has changed entirely. And there's questions of, can he orchestrate and operate an offense to the level that you need for a point guard in the NBA, right? Now, he does have his dad's vision and playmaking ability, but there's more to it than just being able to make a pass, right? You got to be able to command and again, control an actual offense, as opposed to just like, oh, I'm bringing the ball up and, passing it to open men, right? Like, there's initiators and then there's actual playmakers. The question is, can Bronny be an actual playmaker? Now, I believe the Lakers are going to do whatever they can to add Bronny to the Lakers. And honestly, I'm all for it. Not with the 17th pick. I don't want to see the Lakers do that. That's for sure, which there are reports that say that the Lakers won't draft him at 17. I also think the Lakers are going to end up trading the 17th pick. They haven't really worked out many guys at 17. They've worked out a few, but it kind of just feels like they're lining up to trade that pick, kind of upgrade the roster with the more ready-made player, which makes sense. You got LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But I also think Bronny would benefit the most playing for the Lakers than anywhere else, and it's because of his dad. And now I understand the thought process of, like, he wants to be his own man, he should be his own man, and like, yeah, of course, I want him to be that too. I want him to pave his own way. I don't want him to try to be his dad, but the reason I think he would benefit most being on the Lakers is because he can work directly with his dad in ways that he's never been able to. Right? I'm sure LeBron works out with Bronny. I'm sure LeBron, has Bronny on regimes and, they've done drills and all kinds of stuff together. But it's one thing when you're kind of doing it in your off time and it's like, okay, now dad's got to go to work and prepare for the Olympics and the NBA and all this stuff, and actually being on the team to where LeBron can actually shape him and mold him and spin and dedicate basically however long he's going to remain in the NBA focused on growing and developing his son. Right? It's one thing when you're working out sparingly together. It's another thing when you're on the job all day, every day together. You're using the same facilities, the same treatments, the same courts, the same weight rooms, the same everything. So to me, Bronny could come in to the Lakers and be able to work with his dad and have his dad really kind of shape and mold him over the next, 2-3 years, however long LeBron sticks around with the Lakers, making Bronny a better player. And we've seen what LeBron working with guys and developing can do. I mean, look at just like Rui Hachimura and the strides that he took this year. I know in the playoffs, Rui kind of folded and he wasn't great, but during the regular season, he really took off. And he was even playing out of position, right? Rui is a 4. He's not really a 3. He doesn't have the lateral quickness and just defense ability to defend out on the 3, where you see him playing the 4. It's not a coincidence that every big game Rui had was when LeBron was out and he got to play at the 4. Right? It's not just by happenstance. But you saw just the strides Rui took just kind of shadowing LeBron and working with LeBron. Right? Imagine if Bronny could do that for 2-3 years. And again, I do think defensively he's a guy that can immediately come in and make an impact. Right? I think he could be a guy that could help you get a stop. Maybe knock down the occasional open 3. He has been shooting the 3 ball excellent during these workouts and combines, right? That like teams have been really impressed with his 3-point shooting. They thought he wasn't as good as he's displayed. It's also very different when you're kind of doing spot ups and drill shooting as opposed to actual NBA live game, right? Defenders coming after you, you got the crowd screaming, you got all kinds of stuff. And players are going to test him. Players are going to go after him, right? He's going to have himself quite the rodeo and circus coming in the league, even if he's not on the Lakers, right? Like there's players that aren't big fans of LeBron and are going to want to test Bronny and, let's see what you got. And, rookies get tested, period, right? It's every rookie gets their welcome to the NBA moment. So, I do believe Bronny's going to have a target on his back to an extent. But I just think, him going to a team that's not the Lakers, how much are they really going to dedicate to growing and developing Bronny? And who's going to be his vet that's really working with him day in and day out to really help him shine, grow, and develop, right? It's one thing when it's just, a guy that's like, I guess I got this rookie and it's LeBron's son. Okay. Right. It's another thing when it's like, oh no, this is my kid and I want to make him great. Right. There's a big difference in that regard. Now, the question is, where will Bronny land in this draft? I still wouldn't be shocked if a team takes a flyer on him in the first round. Now, Rich Paul and Lakers, everybody's been trying to kind of nudge him to the Lakers. Right, Rich Paul's even gone around and gone on the tour with all these teams and just basically said, like, hey, if you draft Bronny, LeBron's not coming, so don't draft Bronny expecting LeBron to come. And you've also, just kind of heard the talk about, like, hey, we're only working out for the Lakers and the Suns and, maybe a couple other teams, right? We're not working out for every team in the league. So, if you want to draft him, that sucks, right? So, I do think most teams are going to be scared off, but I could see a couple teams, like especially late in the first round maybe, that are kind of like, we're probably not playing a rookie for a couple years, and Bronny's coming in, and we can kind of grow and develop him. If his dad comes, great. If his dad doesn't, fine. To me, it's more a financial incentive, right? Because you draft Bronny, that you're probably going to make tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars because of Bronny. Right, and you're gonna have jersey sales, and you're gonna have the dynamic and just like the games where Bronny versus Bron and all that. Like, there's gonna be a lot that goes into Bronny beyond just the basketball side of things because he's LeBron's son. So I wouldn't be shocked if a team late in the first or early second round were to kind of make a move to draft Bronny. But I do think the Lakers will look to move up. I think they'll kind of gauge and where's the feel, like, and look, teams may even take advantage of that, right? You may even get a team that's like, hey, we're going to draft Bronny unless you want to trade for him right now, right? We want, 2 future seconds or something like that, and we'll give you the, whatever, 35th pick, right? And it's like, okay, fine, we'll do it, right? Because, teams are going to use that as leverage, knowing that, like, hey, LeBron wants Bronny. The Lakers, you want Bronny, right? So let's make this happen. So there's a lot of just kind of different elements that I think will go into Bronny James, and it's going to be very interesting to watch, right? It's however you feel about Bronny, however you feel about him coming to Lakers or not, it's definitely going to be quite the storyline as we inch closer to the NBA draft. But again, I'm all for drafting Bronny. Like, if the Lakers move up to draft him or they draft him 55, this draft isn't this like super deep, sensational draft. Right now, there's always that diamond in the rough. There's going to be, probably 5 to 10 guys in this draft that eventually become something, or maybe because, there's also the possibility it doesn't. There's been some pretty bad drafts, but this is a draft that's looked at as like, there's not going to be any real superstars. It's just like, you may get an all-star level player at best, or, more likely just a bunch of role players. So to me, it's like, if you're taking a flyer on anybody, might as well take a flyer on Bronny. And again, I think LeBron would be incredibly motivated to not only help Bronny, but, for the Lakers, period. And I'm sure LeBron, like, you don't think LeBron wants to try to win a championship with his son? Absolutely. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea of Bronny in the second round? Do you think no, stay away from him? Think he goes undrafted? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.